Hey there amigos, and welcome from Blackpool Pleasure Beach, Thrills and Food. It's another vlog here again today at our home park, and it's a very special visit today because here today it is the Behind the Onion tour as we celebrate the Big Dipper's 100th birthday this year. The celebrations are due to take place later on this month, but we're not going to be in the country. Thankfully, they're doing a Behind the Onion tour today, so I don't know a great deal of what it entails. I don't know what's involved, whether it's a walk around the, a bit like the Walk the Big Dipper, Walk the Woody, or whether it's something more involved in the maintenance or the history. They've not given a great deal away. I'm looking forward to it. First, we're going to get out some rides. We're going to meet some incredible people, so let's go check it out here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Like I just had a few hours in the park there, not bothered filming any of that. We've seen all that before. Now we're here for the Behind the Onion tour. Can't wait for that. Don't know what it involves. Really excited. Just going to head over there now for a 5 o'clock appointment. We did have to go in Valhalla. Got absolutely drenched on that. So yeah, going to make our way over to the Big Dipper now and see what's going on.
We're going to have a moment, man. Hello, good evening and welcome to Blackpool Pleasure Beach and our fan club event. I should say it's a good job that we did behind the scenes on the Derby racer last time. Come on. So, if you have turned up expecting the Big Dipper's birthday party, then you are a week and a half early because it's on Wednesday the 23rd and not today. For those of you that don't know me, my name's Andy and we've got all the operations team and a load of other people helping and hoping to deliver a really good experience for you this evening. Our second ever fan club event, and we want to thank you all for coming. So this event is called Behind the Onion, and this is named after the one that's at the top of the ride. When you work here, you have to make a very important choice. You're either Team Onion or you're Team Droplet. And tonight you will join one of those teams. There is no Team Ice Gem, Mark. And full disclosure this evening, you won't get to literally be behind the onion. However, you will get to go behind here and you'll see parts of the ride that you would never normally get to walk on. You also get a fantastic photo opportunity of the onion from up the far side on the Revolution. The Revolution has a far side, which is the end you don't normally get on and off at, and then a station end, but tonight it's all about the far side. However, for 6 of you this evening, Behind the Onion will be exactly that. As 6 lucky people will indeed get to climb the pull-up, literally walk around the onion, and you'll find out how that works in a second. So now I need you to be all serious for a second because we have to do a safety briefing. So this is the safety bit, all right? So please be patient when we take you on these walks. We'll be batching you in groups of 25. Photos and filming throughout, except when you're on the ride in a minute, are absolutely fine. But please also concentrate on your surroundings whilst you're doing this. A really serious thing, any behaviour deemed by us to be unacceptable ends the tour and the visit immediately following. I said it quick so it didn't sound bad. Please be adults, unless you're a child, in which case be a well-behaved child. You're going to be accompanied at all times by staff during this. We're here for your safety. Any issues or problems, then tell one of us. Please don't wander off. Listen to any instructions given. Yes, that includes you. And then stay on the walkways at all times. Another serious bit. There are large drops. There is a full risk hazard. Uneven surfaces, trip hazards, slippery surfaces, enclosed spaces, overhead hazards and steps. We'll do our very best to point these hazards out to you, but participation is acceptance of these risks. This is how we're able to do things like this where you can see behind the scenes. Please don't touch the trains at either the Revolution or the Big Dipper during the walks at any time, and don't interfere with any of the working parts of the ride. These are working rides, and therefore you can't get oil and grease and so on you and onto your clothes. You have been warned. Please don't climb over any safety barriers or fences. We're going to be walking around parts of the ride. Other rides are still running, surrounding us, and so we don't want you to go into those live ride areas. No eating, drinking, smoking or vaping when you're in any ride area. And most importantly, Dave, our submariner says no flip-flops. So if you've got flip-flops, we probably should have told you that in advance, but it's not really the day for flip-flops. Okay, hang on. Right, so that was the serious bit. So this is the fun stuff. So we want some cheers at this bit. Alright, so how this is going to work this evening. In a moment, we'll invite you to ride the Big Dipper and have an exclusive ride on it. Once you exit, down the normal exit, then you're going to get to play a special classic game of Hook a Duck. It's quite important this because the ducks have prizes. So it's one duck only to be fished out by each of you, and every single duck wins a prize. So you're all going to win. Yeah, that's good. You're all going to win an authentic piece of the Big Dipper to take home with you. That's good. One of you is going to win a pair of tickets to the Adventure Golf. Two of you are going to win a pair of tickets to Hot Ice. And two of you will win a pair of tickets to the actual birthday party on the 23rd of August. I hope you haven't come a long way if you win that. No cheer for that one. Alright. Four of you will win a cuddly toy. It's like a generation game for anyone old enough to remember that. Kindly donated by HB Leisure, thank you very much. Cheer for them, come on. And then 6 of you will win behind the onion and get to walk up the pull-up and literally walk around the onion this evening. If you win that bit, all safety equipment, training and kit is provided. You have to sign a disclaimer and you have to be over 12 years of age in order to do that one. Alright, okay. When you've won these various prizes, you'll then be allocated into Team Droplet or Team Onion. If you're in Team Onion, you're going to do the Big Dipper walk first, and all you'll need to do is come back up these stairs and go around into the queue line, and then we'll batch you on that walk, alright? So, Team Onion, you're going to do the Big Dipper walk first. If you're in Team Droplet, you're going to do the Revolution walk first, and then the Big Dipper walk. For the Revolution one, so if you're Team Droplet, you go down there to Bradley and Bell's Learning Garden, turn right, and there's a little pen there at the far side where you can queue up in order to do that part. Don't go to the Revolution station, okay? And then once you finish that one, you come back over to here, or you go to the Revolution, and vice versa. You got it, yeah? When you finish both walks, if you're one of the lucky ones and you're doing the behind the onion and walking up, you just come back to here and meet us at the fountain, and you'll have something special that shows that you're doing that from when you've done the hook a duck. If you're not doing that, then that's the evening complete. We hope you've had a fab time. Champagne and coffee lounge is open. I'm there if you do want to buy coffees and drinks at any point. And then as you leave this evening, you will leave through the normal entrance and through the PB shop, where they've got a few... the manager actually sent me a text message, so let's just have a look. Otherwise I'll get it wrong. So let's get it right here. Right. Nearly there. Alright, so in the shop they've got some exclusive stuff as well, including the panels. These off the side, we've obviously done a rework of the ride recently, so you could buy Big Dipper panels, you could buy Big Dipper upstock wheels, Big Dipper chain dogs, they're all available in there. There's also our fan club merchandise, and they're saying you get 20% off the fan club merchandise this evening just by showing your lanyard that you've all got on. So that's pretty good. So, should we get the event started? So let's ride the Big Dipper. Thank you.
see there's people doing hook a tuck there, so trying to get a bit of walk the Woody on their exclusive ride there as well. And I managed to win a bit of the Woody, which is really cool. So I'm going to go up there now and check out the Behind the Onion tour. So we are actually going behind the Onion now. We're obviously on the tracks. Really cool.
Well, it's all pretty new though. It's good to see that the Space Invaders is still actually running.
Yeah, brilliant. But it's really weird because when you go on it, it's very similar to how it was being when it was here, so with all the black and white walls and everything. So it's quite well. I was very strange. There you go.
So that is the first lift hill for the dipper that you can see there, which takes you around to the main lift hill. It is of course just one chain that runs round. That's really, really cool, seeing this from this perspective. Normally, of course, you're in the carriage, so it's really weird.
Right, guys, you'll notice that I'll just let that catch up. You're right, Claire. You'll notice that the Big Dipper has one chain for both lift hills. It is most noticeable in line with each other. You can also see the return of the chain, that white box coming down from there. If you think about it, the fact that they were thinking about this 100 years ago is pretty smart, actually. So it's, you know, a really, really good little move. I think that's Icon maybe shut. Maybe that's the last run. Always sort of surprises me with this as well. The fact that it isn't lined up at the bottom there, and it looks a bit odd. And you would think, well, how does the chain connect with the train there when it first joins? And it's because the train doesn't actually connect with the chain until it's on about 2 meters or so onto the chain. So it doesn't matter that it's not lined up at that point, which is why that's like that. But yeah, you can see straight line, same chain. And this is also part of the block system on this ride, which wasn't there originally. That was retrofitted. But if you're ever on the ride and it stops halfway up the lift hill for a few seconds and then restarts, it is usually because we're offering a 2-train operation. The second train, that's cool. The second train is still in the unload part of the station that hasn't yet moved forward into the load part. And so this block section knows that. Obviously, once the train leaves the top of the hill, it's no stopping it again until it gets into the block brake, into the brakes. The brakes at the end are manually operated. We do have a check brake, which you'll see in a minute on this, but we are reliant on a member of staff doing the right thing at the right time to avoid the kind of exciting ride where you go past the fountain very, very fast. Right? Now, you need to really take care on this bit, guys, because I'm not joking when I said there are some big drops and so on, and it's uneven and there is a bit overhead. I don't want you to whack your head on it, so I don't want anyone to fall. Just take care where you put your feet, all right? Watch your heads, guys. when you come around here, guys. Do you know what this is for? This metal thing.
Removing the frame.
It is, yeah, and the reason is when you're in the station, if you can imagine trying to crane off the train weighs about 7 tons, and obviously you take it off in sections, but if you're going to try and do that inside a building, it's really difficult. Whereas here, we make the poor old PB Express gets used for all sorts of things, and you'll see another thing in a minute, but here we take the trains off bit by bit and take them round to outside the PB Express shed, which is a much easier place for us to get it off and get it back to the maintenance. The maintenance sheds for most of the big rides is all behind Valhalla, and so in the winter we're taking stuff back to there for it to be refurbished and checked and so on, and so it has to get back. So the good old PB Express actually comes in really handy, and this is a fairly recent addition in the life of the Big Dipper, so it was kind of a smart decision to do that. So we'll go a little bit further on. I'm going to have to just cross over it. Glasses on the floor a bit further up. Oh yeah. And then I'll take them off you in a second.
Better bike actually. I've never buy one.
Yeah.
Yep, 6, 7's good.
So it's taking the oomph out, but it won't stop your train.
Just trim it.
It's trimmed.
It depends on the weather conditions.
Yeah. So if the weather changes radically, I mean, it did change a bit today actually. If it changes radically, we'll get the engineers down there to alter it for us during the day. But if it stays the same, then some of our staff know the ride so well that Ben actually walks the ride every single morning while I'm just here. In order to check, because with a wooden coaster, that's part of the maintenance regime that you do. So the difference between a steel coaster and a wooden coaster, so all the wooden coasters get walked in entirety every morning before they open. And it's split between the Grand National and the Blue Flyer, and if you get them, the Grand National is obviously a difficult one, and then if you get this one, you're doing the Big Street as well. Now, what I want you to do is when you get down to where these guys are, step across onto there. There's a big full risk there, which I don't want any of you to go down. They can follow me.
Okay, guys, just be very careful when you cross it, guys, okay?
Motor house now, and we're just going to cut through it, and you'll see the good old PB Express comes up trumps again, because the motor in here has lasted for 40 years, and we're hopeful that we don't have to replace it, but we do actually have a spare if we needed to. And you'll see that there's a whole lifting gear above it that's built into it, and we've got a faked wall, or a really easy to remove wall on the other end of this building, and we've got a piece of track laid down, so if we ever needed to, we could take that motor out, bring a bogie round from the PB Express and pop that onto it in order to get that one back and to get a new motor in. It's the kind of thing that if you don't do that, if the motor goes down in the middle of the season, that's it for the rest of the season, that's the ride gone, and that's why we kind of do those things. It's an 80 horsepower motor, and so you're just going to rifle through, and we're going to go out the other end, so if you follow me. So engineering's domain, so it's dirty, that's your complaint there. So there's the motor, the lift. That's a new box.
Wow, it's really cool. This is an amazing place to be able to see. Normally on the train, so it's quite good to come through and just take it all in.
You'll move up here, guys.
36 today. No based on 46, 47, please.
We do that each winter anyway on a much lesser scale, but because we shut the ride for a period, we were able to really take advantage of that, replacing all of that wood, and then it was actually painted by rope access specialists, and we did that to limit the amount of scaffolding that we had to do when we were redoing it, and we did that so that we could keep Icon, the PB Express and Infusion open at the same time as doing those works. They did about 85% of the ride. There is some bits of the ride down the far end near the steeplechase that they didn't get to quite, so we're going to have to come back. But what it has done is it's kind of raised the bar on what we do with our wooden coasters. We went for a long period of not painting our wooden coasters because there's a whole argument about the type of paint used and whether it causes rot and so on. Although when they did the Nickelodeon Street, they used a different kind of paint and that worked out really well, and that's kind of restarted that process. So watch this space in terms of the Grand National going forward. Okay.
The Grand National needs it, it's not.
This way, guys. There you go. Thank you very much. No worries. Watch your stuff. Thanks very much, guys. No worries.
Not much protected there. That's crazy.
Where all the low bits are.
I think they'll see it
Oh, it is low. Certainly have to duck for all these.
Believe it or not, this big cable here is what controls it, control you what launches you. So that controls the launch. You can just over the side, which is the launch pad, what we call it. We have a spare one on the floor. Because last year, one snapped and we never had one to replace it, so it was closed for a couple of weeks. Quite hard to get hold of, so now we've got a spare one. Fingers crossed it doesn't happen. It hasn't happened yet, okay? It does. Big plan.
Oh my god. What the heck?
You okay there?
Well, you're right.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. You're right there. Hello guys. How are you? I thought I saw you walking past earlier on there, yeah. Just keeping well.
Not really sure.
Just for you, Sam, this, just for you.
Oh my god. Long enough to be on.
You're right guys, how you doing?
Where's the air show going? Sorry.
Oh no. You okay?
Oh, the bridge is so wobbly. It's moving around well loads.
I'm gonna be up there soon. No, it's not the height. Obviously, I'm saying this. I don't know. Yeah. Right, one step back. Never do it. I've got used to it.
I've never left it too late. No, I'm joking, how are you?
No, she had a ponytail, it's like a
So I've just come out from the Behind the Onion tour, and I've also got a nice little certificate as well to remember the occasion by. What an absolutely incredible event that they've put on, and full marks to Blackpool Pleasure Beach and the fan club for putting that on, because it's really, really good, and they've got great value for money as well. So we got to walk a large section of the Dipper, not going up the lift hills of course, but that was something that someone did win, because there was a number of them that you could win from the rubber hooker ducks. I got a piece of the Big Dipper itself to take home, which is really, really great little memento. Walked all the way through there, that was fantastic. And then following on from that, we walked up the other side of the Revolution as well, and it's wobbling around like nobody's business in this wind today. But yeah, what a great event it really was. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Not much talking from me because I just wanted to kind of take you along and soak up the experience. And what a fantastic event it really was. So thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to hit that like button. Give us a subscribe because it really does help the channel. It helps us to keep producing content as well. So thank you very much. That's it from us. We're going to America in a couple of days, so we'll be flying out from there. We've got Chessington as well to do just before we fly out, and it's going to be an absolutely incredible trip that we can't wait to take you on as well. So thank you very much for watching, and all that's left to say now is let the positivity in and ride it out. Thanks a lot for watching, guys.